Hi, everyone. Welcome to Wise Sips. Thanks so much for joining us today. Eduardo, how are you?
I'm good, Rachel. Well, getting ready for new version on the desktop, getting ready for a new
Yes,
version on the mobile app.
I know.
So Wise Tip is going to come pretty good. How are you doing today?
Yes, doing really well. Good, nice and busy. It's billing week, so hope everyone out there is doing well too. Just a few little quick announcements before we start. Like Eduardo said, we are going to be releasing the new version, which will be version 86, out very shortly to you, and the mobile app will not follow shortly behind. Will follow, excuse me, shortly behind. One of the big things kind of we're doing, which everyone should have gotten an email this afternoon, and there's also a post on the discussion group about it as well, is that we have a little change in our support hours as we leave breeding season and head more into our season of development, which we're really excited to do. One of our first big projects we're going to do here is permissions, so user permissions. So just kind of a little giving people an idea of where we're going with that. With user permissions, you'll be able to block certain doors for certain users. Right now, we recommend that when you have new users, please do not just add them as an administrator to get out of making permissions. What we recommend doing right now is making a group permission for everyone that has full access to everything. Like I said, we're going to be working on making those doors for you to be able to close here in the next month. So you will be able to then edit those permissions down. But once you make someone an administrator, it's very hard to take that off. And we really do not recommend having everyone as an administrator. So just kind of, that's my first little wise tip, and also let you know where we're going from there. We're really excited to do that. I'll turn it over to Eduardo now for his first one.
My first one is going to be about the phone masks, phone number masks.
Oh,
When
okay.
you're operating, it's really hard to put parentheses, space, three numbers, dash, and another three
Yeah.
numbers. So in Wise Option, you can prepare the program to, in the phone, you set up different masks, so you can use our e-learners to set up different masks, but you can have different countries. Of course, the US is the most popular one. The nice thing is once you apply the mask to a number, the program is going to remember, and from that point on, you just start typing the number, remember to apply the mask, and once you apply the mask, it's takes the format. From that point on, no more parentheses, spaces, or dashes. The program is going to take care of that for you.
Yeah, that's a good one. I commonly forget about it, and I'm in such a rush I don't do it, and I regret it later when I come back to read the numbers.
Well, one thing that we really think it's all about saving clicks and doing things faster. So I think the mask makes things look proper, looks kind of
Yes.
easy to read. So it's just have the program doing that for you.
Yes, definitely. Some more things the program can do for you. One thing that I think you'll kind of see it everywhere in the system, and it's not utilized a whole lot, but boy, is it really powerful, is this history button here, which is available dang near about every single point you can enter or change something. You will see a history button there. That will give you I'll have to backdate this a little bit, but this will give you a log of every change that was made to that area, the user that made it, the date, and the timestamp as well, and how it was changed. So if a patient was marked active versus inactive, a horse was checked out of board rate was changed, anything that can be updated has
Tags,
a history of it.
numbers,
It's
location
amazing.
change.
Yes, it's amazing the amount of things you can find out just by going through here and catching certain, whether it's a mistake or if you're just trying to track and see when horses got left, change status, etc. Very helpful.
I love that feature. I really love it. It's so helpful, especially for us when we are providing supports, because usually we got to the situations where users have, well, I don't know if I did this, how to track if I did that.
Right.
Of course, it brings a lot of more accountability to users in the system.
Yes.
Also helps you to understand when and how, why things happen in the system. Very, very good one. I love that one.
Yes, definitely. What do you have next?
Next, I would like to talk about printer settings.
Okay.
One thing that we have in the program is when you're printing report and you go to any kind of report, if you just hit printer and you don't preview first, let me see one example here. Let's go to our report sections, if you would please, Rachel. And in the report session, we could get probably, any of the reports, maybe the reports at the end of the period or aging accounts receivable, one of those. Yeah, if you send directly to the printer, what Wise Option is going to do is going to grab whatever the default printer you have in your system and is going to send it to it. But if you do a preview first, that's when you do have the chance to, of course, number one, to take a look at the report before sending it to the printer. But when you click on that little guy on the top, it gives you the list of printers you have in your network, so you can select different printer. So when you send it to a printer, you can select different printers by previewing first.
Very helpful. I definitely saved myself a lot of paper doing that. So good thing mine also has to do with here in reports, and that is this under reports, billing report. It's this customer account credits. This is a really great report to look at.
Amazes me how very few people know about that one.
Yes, this one's really helpful. It shows you all customer account credits from a given period. So here I've got it just set for the last 7 days. Cash, check, credit cards, all the above. So it's a really great double check. You can easily use these filter buttons just to filter for just credit cards. So you can see all of your credit card processing done in the last 7 days, 30 days, whatever you're looking for.
Yeah, and another nice thing is because then you have the customer name right there as a label link. Yes. You can easily go to the customer account and start doing things right there, which opens in a new tab. Nice one.
Yes,
loved it.
Definitely.
My turn?
Yes, your turn. Last one.
Okay, let's go to the procedure manager, please. Okay. As you know, in Wise Option, we have the option to create exceptions, which is a very powerful tool. You can have different pricing calculations, and even based on sometimes a popular way to use the exceptions in Wise Options is through the tags, either on the customer file or in the patient file. In other words, prices and conditions will change based on those tags. Well, oftentimes users will forget to tag on or off, which means the exception will not be calculated properly. Well, no problem, as long as you have not billed the invoice yet, the items yet, the item is open for change. Just go to the procedure manager, check the items that were entered into the system. You can, for example, just go to the patient file, change the tag, check the items, and once you use the button to recalculate, Wise Option will basically review the prices now that you have the tag on. The exceptions will take place, and price calculation just happens. It does not create a new entry of the record. It's pretty much just adjusting price and cost according to your exceptions.
Yes. Yeah, very good. I love it. So that kind of concludes our Wise tips for today. Just some closing remarks. Again, we are going to be releasing version 86, which will have a few things like the Wise Option internal email, which will be really exciting, as well as also for our beta testers, the text messages as well. We are suggesting, even though it might come out here this probably Thursday or Friday, we do not recommend getting this update until you have completed this last month's
close your bills first. Yes. Okay, yeah. I would like also to remind our guys to start making your wish list. Our webinar is coming August for our development time. So it's time for you to put on paper everything that you want us to work during the fall.
Yes, definitely. And so we'll release that date here in the next couple weeks, and it'll be on the discussion group. So please make sure to tune in there. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you have a good rest of your week. Stay safe, and we will see you all soon.
Thank you, guys. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.